Hey, it's 𝗕𝗏𝗀𝗀 here. I want to welcome you to the 5 steps to get all the clients and customers you want. I'm excited you are here. I'm going to be sharing with you marketing and sales fundamentals and strategies that you need to know if you are going to hit that first $1 million in your business and keep you from wasting a lot of money, a lot of time, and really not getting the results that you want in your business. Until you get to that first $500,000 or even $1 million, you need marketing and sales, right? There's no business growth without that. So that's what this training is all about, and I'm excited to show you what most business owners and service providers don't know, and it's why they end up missing out on business. It's why their business doesn't grow as fast as it can. It's why they burn up a lot of money in marketing, trusting marketers to market their business for them. And so here's what I want you to know. What I'm going to share with you today are the most important things for you to learn if you are going to be in business, because once you learn these things, you'll never be out of business. You'll never wonder how you can make money. You'll never wonder how you can stand out against your competition, because what I'm going to share with you in this training are the fundamentals that every single person that is going to be in business should know. Otherwise, you're going to be taken advantage of, you're going to burn up money, you're going to miss out on a lot of business along the way. So it's important that you understand what I'm going to teach you today. All right, so let's jump in. The first thing I want you to know is that marketing and sales are 2 different processes, and often people lump them together. Often businesses lump them together like they're one thing. Now, they need to work together, right? If you get the right leads, then your sales conversion is going to be easier and simpler. You can close more sales, but they are 2 different processes. And when people tell me they need clients and customers, we have to look at each of the processes separately and say, okay, where is the breakdown, or where do we need to make a shift? Is it in your marketing or is it in your sales? So if you're getting a lot of leads coming to you, but you are not closing them, and they're good leads, that's a sales problem. It's not a marketing problem. But if you're getting the wrong leads coming to you, that's a marketing problem. And so you need to understand where's the issue, or where is the problem. Now, if you're not getting enough leads, that is a marketing problem as well. You need to ramp that up. And so it's really important to determine where's the actual problem to get the results that you want. So you have to separate the 2. So marketing and sales are 2 different things. Now, the other thing about marketing is most business owners and service providers market with tactics, not a strategy. And the secret sauce is in a marketing strategy. So let me break down for you exactly what a strategy is and why it's so important. First of all, a strategy is a series of tactics that will get people to an end result that you're trying to accomplish. So let's say, for example, you're trying to drive people to some sort of a training like this, okay? That would be your end result. And so all of the tactics along the way have to align with getting people to come to a training. Or if you're trying to build your email list, or if you're trying to get people to come through your door, or you're trying to get people to call you, all of those tactics have to move people in the direction to do what you need them to do. All right? So for example, let's say I am trying to build my email list. All right? How am I going to do that? What is going to be the thing that I'm going to give away, the offer that I'm going to give away to get people on my email list? So this is where the strategy starts. Now, there are components to a strategy before you can determine the tactics to use, and that's what I want to break down for you here. So first of all, you have to understand that with a strategy, you've got 3 components to really figure out, okay, what do I need to do to get people to that end result? So the first component of a strategy is the market. You need to know, what is the market I am trying to reach? All right? And so the market is the who. Who are the people that I am trying to reach. Now, we know that if you really want to be compelling in your marketing, you need to determine very specifically who it is you're trying to attract to get them to do what you need them to do. So, for example, I can say, I want to work with chiropractors who have been in business, at least 3 years, and they're at this revenue level, right? And so I can get very, very specific on who it is I'm targeting. Until you do this, you can't make your marketing work. It's virtually impossible. You will burn up a lot of time, you'll burn up a lot of money. So you've got to first figure out who is the market you are trying to attempt to reach. So a good example of this too is, let's say you're in the fitness industry, you're a fitness pro, and you want to work with women who are 30 to 50 years old and they have 30 pounds or less to lose. All right. Well, if you think about it, is every woman that's 30 to 50 years old that has 30 pounds to lose going to be your perfect ideal clients? Probably not. It depends on what you charge. It depends on how you're working with them, right? It may be a certain location that you need to target. It may be they may be in a certain type of business that, those are going to be your ideal clients. And so you've got to figure these pieces out. And so you can look at the demographics, you can look at age, you can look at gender, you can look at culture, you can look at what type of business are they in? You can look at, do they own a home? Are they single? Do they have kids? All of these are factors in determining who your market is, because everyone is not going to be your customer or client. That is just a fact. Everyone will not be. So the more specific you can dial in your market, the more compelling you can now make your marketing, the more effective you can make your marketing. So this is step number 1 to a strategy where we are trying to get people to the end result, okay? The next part is the message. What are you saying? All right, your message is going to be like the copy that you're putting out there. And it doesn't matter what type of marketing you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're doing a video like this. It doesn't matter if you're running Facebook ads. It doesn't matter if you're doing a print ad or you're on the radio. It makes no difference. You have got to have an effective message that will resonate with your market. Okay, so for example, if I'm going to target senior citizens, it wouldn't make sense to be where there are millennials, and like a radio station where there are millennials, right? If I'm selling hamburgers, it's not going to make sense for me to be in Facebook groups and advertise in magazines for vegans. And so this is why a lot of times the marketing doesn't work for people, because they don't get specific on the target, and therefore their message doesn't resonate with a lot of their people. And so you don't want to burn up time and money. And so you want to make sure that you can get very specific and dialed in on exactly what will resonate with your ideal clients. So for example, if I'm going to target chiropractors, I can say, hey, I work with chiropractors who have been in business at least 3 years. They're really great at what they do and they have an expertise. And I can help them create a high ticket offer so that they don't have to continue to trade time for money. It's a way for them to grow their business much faster and much easier, but it can bring them bigger shots of revenue into their business, and we can package that up in a way that it's not going to take very much of their time. So it becomes a much easier sale that can help them build their business. Now, do you see what I'm saying can resonate with those ideal clients? Now, the thing is, I know what the problems are with a chiropractor. They are trading time for money, so they're very limited on how they can grow and scale their business, right? But if I can help them create something that's going to bring in bigger money that requires little of their time, and it can help them really grow their business, I know that that will overcome an obstacle or a problem that they have trying to grow their business, right? And so that's why this is really important. You cannot create the message which should be based on your ideal client's hot buttons. If you don't understand your clients, you can't create the right messaging, and you can't understand your clients or your customers if you don't know who they are. So you've got to be able to get into the head of your prospects. You have to be able to get into the emotion and what they're thinking and what they're feeling if you're going to create a great message. Your message, again, is what you're putting out there. It's your copy. It's everything that people are seeing that you do when you're trying to attract them to get them to do something. Okay? I hope this is making sense. So figure out who, then figure out what is their hot buttons. Now, here's the other thing that I want you to understand is that statistics show that 70% of people buy to get out of a pain or a problem versus 30% people buying improvement. Let me repeat this because it's really important to understand this. So statistics show that 70% of people will buy their way out of a pain or a solution to their problem versus only 30% buying improvement. So a good example of this, and I know this as a business consultant and coach, people are much more likely to work with me when they are struggling, when they need a business turnaround, when they need something to happen because maybe they're about to lose everything or they're exhausted or whatever their issue is. They are much more likely to go seeking a business consultant than they are to actually just grow their business to have extra. So if I'm going to say, hey, I can help businesses add $100,000 to $1 million or more in 12 months or less, which is my message, I might need to add a problem or a pain into that message, because most people, unless they are feeling pain and they know that that 100,000 to $1 million would solve their problems, unless they're feeling that pain, most people won't react to that. And so I might want to get more specific in my message, which I do, by the way. And I say, hey, if you're tired of just surviving in your business, just getting by, and you really want to build your business into something that, can give you more wealth, can give you more financial freedom, can give you personal freedom, because now you'll have the money to do what you want in your life and you can be away from your business. If that's you, then I can help you add $100,000 to $1 million or more in the next 12 months or less. Now, do you see how I've combined the improvement with the pain? Okay? And so if you understand this, again, when you're putting your message out there, when you're writing your copy, when you're doing all of these things, you will have much better response. Now, if someone says, I don't really care about adding $100,000 to $1 million or more to my business, I don't really want to do the work, I'm good, they're not my ideal clients, right? And so this is why it's so important to figure these pieces out, all right? So your message needs to be based on hot buttons with your ideal clients, with your ideal customers. Now, the other thing is your message can't be about you. So many businesses put out there, it's all about them. It's all about them. And your clients and your customers don't care. All right, they just don't care. So you need a great message. I'll talk more about this when we get a little further into this training. The third part of a strategy is the media. Now, often, most people start here. The media is the tactics. The media is where you're putting your information, where you're putting your message, how you're trying to reach your ideal clients and customers. So that might be Facebook, that might be social media, that could be a print ad, that could be radio, it could be a Facebook Lives. Those are all tactics. Your website, those are all tactics, and tactics don't work without a strategy. All right, so this is the very last thing you decide. So your message is what you're saying. You've got your market, which is your who. Your message is what you're saying to your market. And now the media is where are they? How can you reach them and put your message right in front of them? All right? And that's why it's so important to first figure out the other two pieces. But most people in business start here, and it's why their marketing doesn't work, or it's why they waste a lot of money in their marketing, and it's why it's just not that effective. You know, as businesses grow and scale, they think that the way to grow and scale is to keep throwing money at marketing versus making their marketing work better. I have a client that I worked with. When I first went in to start working with them, they were spending about $145,000 a year on marketing, and their marketing was just break even. And they weren't making any money. I mean, it was like cash flow coming in, but they weren't making any money on the marketing. And by doing the things that I'm going to teach you in this training, by doing these things, we were able to fix his marketing and give him what I call a market dominating position, which I'll talk more about. We were able to really dial in the right message to the right audience, to the right market. And as a result, and we also tracked and measured and we tweaked things along the way, and that's the other thing you need to understand about marketing. But as we dialed in his marketing and we got it working, he went from break even, from just getting by with the marketing, to making $1,800 for every dollar he spent. All right. And at the same time, he spent $45,000 less than he did the year before. So over a 12-month period, he spent $45,000 less, which went right to his profits, right to his bottom line, and he got a better return. So we didn't need to spend as much because we were getting him better results with the dollars he was spending. So an $1,800 return for every dollar. That is like printing money. That's the power of getting these things right in a business, okay? And so it's really important that you understand where your ideal clients are so that you can put the right message right in front of them that will resonate with them. So these are the three components of a strategy, okay? Now let's talk about the 5 steps to getting all the clients and customers you want. All right, the first one is strategy. All right, I already covered that. So that's the market, the message, the media, and it's a series of tactics put together to get them to the end result, okay? Now I want to show you something. If you can double your leads, okay, marketing is how you get leads, sales is how you get the dollars. Understand that. Marketing is how you get leads, and sales are how you get the money. So every business starts with leads. So if you could double your leads, you could double your business, right? Wow, think about that. If you could double your leads, you could double your business. All right, because if you could double what you're doing right now, you could double your business. Let's take a very small business of, say, $100,000. And if you could double the leads in that business, you have now turned that into a $200,000 business. All right, and that's why I want to show you the power of this. Now, let's look at the sales part. If you could double the sales conversion, all right, so whatever you're converting, those leads that you're converting, if you could double the sales conversion simultaneously at the same time you're doubling the leads, this $200,000 business is now a $400,000 business. All right, do you see the power of this? So double your leads, and then if you could simultaneously double your sales, you now have turned a $100,000 business into a $400,000 business. So is it important that you get your marketing right? Yes. Yes, it is, right? Is it important that you learn how to sell and that you increase your sales conversion in your business? Yes. These are the first 2 fundamentals of building a great business. All right. Now, they're not the only things. There are 3 other parts to building a business. I call them high lever steps or high levers to pull that impact a business. So there are 3 others, but today I'm just talking about marketing and sales. That's all I'm going to talk about. Okay. So step number 1 to getting all the clients and customers you want is your strategy. What is your strategy? Now, Everything that you are going to market for needs a new strategy. So for example, if I am marketing to small business owners to help them add $100,000 to $1 million or more, that's going to need a particular strategy if I'm trying to get them on an email list, right? But if I'm trying to get a call with them, that will need a different strategy. And so every marketing campaign that you run should have its own strategy behind it, all right? It should have its own campaign and its own strategy behind it. So the message will change, the market may change. You need to change your strategy when you change your market, or you need to change your strategy when you change your offer, or you need to change your strategy when you're trying to accomplish something different in your business, all right? They're all going to require different strategies, but the fundamentals of the strategy are the same. The market, the message, and the media. That's the same, right? Okay. Step number 2 to to get all the clients and customers you want. Let me change this really quick, is what we call positioning. Now, positioning is how you are seen in the marketplace by your customers and clients, really by everyone, okay? Positioning is how you are seen in the marketplace. Now, there are 2 schools of thought here. If you're a service professional, say you're a CPA, or you're a chiropractor, or you're a business coach or a consultant, or maybe you're a marketing consultant, whatever, a professional service, you need to position yourself as the expert in your industry, all right? So we call it expert positioning. So the positioning is going to be a little bit different for professionals than it is going to be for, say, small businesses. All right, so let's say maybe a plumbing company. All right, so positioning is how you stand out in the marketplace in a category of 1. You have to stand out in a category, I shouldn't have put number, but in a category of 1. In other words, you're the only person. What you do when you do this, you actually eliminate your competition. It doesn't make any difference that you have competition because they're really not. So we call this a market dominating position. All right? An MDP, market dominating position. This is how you stand out in a category of 1 and separate yourself from everyone else out there. See, here's the thing. There are so many business coaches and consultants and people out there that are helping people grow their business. But no one does it like I do. No one has my background. No one has my experience. No one has my expertise that I have. It's unique to me, right? No one really puts the message out there that I put out there. No one has the credibility and everything that shows that I know what I'm doing. We're all unique, right? And so if I can position myself in the market as different, then that will attract the people who are my ideal clients. So a lot of business coaches and consultants are putting their message out there, hey, we help you grow your business. And they might offer some kind of a guarantee, something along those lines. But I get more specific. I say, hey, I can help you grow your business $100,000 to $1 million or more in 12 months or less. That's a pretty bold statement. Now, the way I can back that up is because I have vast experience. I know what to look for to make sure that I can help my clients get those kinds of results. If I can't help them get those kinds of results, I wouldn't bring them on as a client. And so because I've got so much experience doing this, I know who is and who is not a good fit for my business. So for example, I do not work with startups because startups, there is a long process to get them to a place where they make their first $100,000. I may or may not be able to do that in 12 months. Sometimes I can. I've taken a client from 0 to $1 million in a year, but sometimes they don't have the right business model, or they're not doing the right things in their business, or they just don't have what they need to be able to make those kinds of leaps in their business. And so I understand who is and who is not a fit and what to look for. And so I'm very comfortable making that statement because I have never had a client that I've not been able to do that with if they were in the right place in their business. All right, so it's really important important that when you separate yourself, you can back it up, all right? But you've got to have that market dominating position or that expert positioning. Really, really important. This is what will separate you from everyone else. So how are you different? Is it based on your ideal client's hot buttons? All right. Is it something they care about? Those are all factors in what sets you apart from your competitors. All right. So that is positioning. It's how people see you. It's the outside perception that people have of your business. See, often business owners say, we're better, or we're more quality, or we're number one, or we were rated number one in our industry, right? But your clients, even though that's good credibility, it's not the thing that's going to make them pick up the phone and call you. People don't buy logos. People don't buy because you have a great logo, all right? Now, your brand obviously backs up your business, and that's a really important factor when you're trying to get better clients and you're trying to be seen as more of an expert business and you're trying to look like a premium business. Your brand and all of that kind of stuff backs that up, but it is not the thing that is going to get people to call you. So a good example of this is the one company that I was telling you about with the $1,800 for every dollar spent marketing. What we did, it was a plumbing company, and what we did is we positioned him as completely different in his market. So this is the power of a market dominating position. So the first thing we had to figure out is, okay, who are his ideal customers and clients? Remember the market, right? And so once we figured out who his ideal customers and clients were, we knew that they were working class people who valued time more than money. They weren't shopping price. They cared more about their time. So time was money to them. And so what we had to do was we had to create a market dominating position for this company so that his ideal clients or customers would resonate with the message and it would set him completely apart in his industry. And so what we did is we created the message, on time guarantee or your service fee is free. Now what that basically did is tell the customers, hey, when we say we're going to be there, we're going to be there. And we didn't, they didn't do this long window like, oh, we'll be there from 9 to 3. That's not an on-time guarantee, right? That is frustrating for people. If you've ever called someone to try to get them to come out and service whatever it is you need, that 6-hour window, well, the day is shot, right? And if you have to take off work, time is money. And so what we did is we created that message on all of his marketing. It became he became known for that. And as a result, he was able to dominate his market. Now they were also able to back it up. And that's the other thing. Just like I can back up my message, he could back up his. And I think over the course of a year, they only gave away one $79 service fee, but it got his phone to ring over and above all of his competitors. And this can be done in every business, in any industry. Now, I will tell you this. It takes time to figure these things out. It's not easy. It is not easy to figure these things out in a business. But this is where a professional who does this all the time can help with this. But you have to figure out, what is my market dominating position? What is my positioning in the marketplace? How do I want to be seen? See, there's an outside perception and there's an inside reality. And when people say, well, we're better, or we give better quality service, really? How would I know that unless I hire you or I work with you? That's the inside reality. That is not the outside perception. The outside perception has to be based on your hot buttons of your customers and clients, and it has to be based on the emotion and the things that they care about, not what you care about as your business. Okay? So I hope that's really clear. All right, step number 3 is visibility. Now, once you know what you want to be known for, you know what your message is, you have your strategy in place to dominate your market, now you've got to be visible, right? People have to know about you. So how are you going to get visible? So this can also be traffic. I like to put this, kind of in the same category because ultimately that's what you're talking about. You're talking about getting leads, right? So people have to see you. If you're going to get any kind of business, people have to see you. So how do you get more visible? How do you get traffic? Well, there are basically only 3 ways to get traffic, all right? The first way is what we call organic. Okay, so this is going to be maybe you're putting up social media posts. I'm doing this video. This is very organic, right? And you're putting things out there that people can get to know about you and your business, and it's not costing you any money. So social media is a great place for organic. But you can also do organic from, going to a networking event. That would be organic, right? And so there's organic traffic, and that is traffic that's not costing you any money. So when you can put the right message out there and you can educate your audience and you can get their attention and you can get them to see what it is you do, you have built your visibility. All right, so the first is organic. Now the second way is paid traffic. Okay, now this is what a lot of business owners and service professionals instinctively do, but here's what I'll tell you. The great thing about organic is you can actually test out your marketing, test out your message, test it out in front of your ideal clients or in front of your ideal customers before you ever put money behind it. See, I always say, if you can't make money without spending money on paid ads, you can't make money with paid ads. So it's really important to know that, okay? A lot of people throw money at marketing agencies and they say, hey, run Facebook ads for me, or do this for me, or do that for me. And there's no organic credibility, or they haven't backed up they haven't even tested their message, or they haven't even validated what it is they're putting out there. And so as a result, they're spending the money to test the market, which is a really bad idea because that burns up a lot of money, versus just doing some things organically to test and measure to make sure that their marketing is going to work. So if you can't get business without paid traffic, you can't get business with paid traffic. So, all right, the third way is what we call OPT, or other people's traffic. Okay, this is where you leverage other people and maybe their email list or their audience, or the people that they've curated together, or joint ventures. You can do joint ventures. So there are no shortage of ways to leverage other people's traffic, but it is another way that you can get more visible. So for example, I could go into someone else's Facebook group and I could get very visible in someone else's Facebook group. They've already built that audience. They've curated that audience. I know it's a good place for me. I could have some ideal clients and customers in that audience. And so I could get into that group and I could start becoming very visible, right? By helping and sharing and, posting some things. And so I could build my visibility that way. I could also partner with people who do similar things, who have a list of my ideal perfect clients, and I could partner with them and I could work out a joint venture, right, where they could promote me to their list. And I could promote them to my list. And so that's another way. Referrals could be another way. If you go to networking events where there's already an audience of your ideal people, again, that's leveraging other people's traffic. Speaking on a stage. I do a lot of speaking, and so if I speak in an event where there's already my ideal clients there and I'm at the front of the room speaking, I've just leveraged other people's traffic, right? And so there's all kinds of ways that you can do this, but it's a really powerful, fast way to get more leads into your business. So think about this. What if you could get leads from organic, and then you could get leads from paid, and then you could get leads from other people's traffic? Do you see how just these 3 things, if you could do all 3 of these, do you see how you could potentially double your leads, right? All right, so moving on. So that's how you get visible. Now, let's talk about the 4th component, which is credibility. Now, you can't just say you're good. You can't just say you're credible. You can't just say you're better. You can't just say people should do business with you. You need to be credible. You have to build credibility. If you go out and Google my name, Ann Carden, you are going to find multiple things. My websites are going to come up. You're going to see my Facebook pages. You're probably going to be taken to my YouTube channel, which has 100 videos of me teaching and training and educating and sharing, where I share stories, and you'll see testimonials, client testimonials. You can go to my websites, and you can see loads of client testimonials of people that have worked with me that say, yes, Ann's great. She does what she says she's going to do. She can help you do what she says she can do. And so you're going to see that all builds credibility. I've written 3 books, okay? I've built 6 businesses. I've sold 5 businesses. I can share all of that information. I've got 41 years in business marketing and sales experience, and I've been consulting hundreds of business owners through the years, helping them build their businesses, and I've educated, trained, and helped thousands of professionals and entrepreneurs and business owners through speaking, seminars, workshops, and social media. Okay, so when I talk about all of my experience and everything that I've done, it builds credibility, right? And so you can't just say it, you've got to be able to back it up. So credibility is what will make people, again, choose you over someone else if they think you're the person that can help them. Now they want to know that you're credible. So it's really important that you have credibility. It can be social proof, it can be testimonials, or you can do what we call nurture your audience, all right? And nurturing builds credibility. So let me talk about what this is, all right? Nurturing. So basically, nurturing is how you take someone from a cold lead. They've never heard of you. They don't know you from Adam. They have no idea who you are. And you turn them into a believer that you are the person that can help them if they have a need for what you do. All right. And so you take them on what we call the buyer's journey. And the buyer's journey is basically moving them from cold to a hot prospect and then into a buyer. But remember, the buyer part is the sales part. So in the marketing, you want to move them from a cold lead to a hot prospect, right? Where you're actually getting to get on a conversation, you're getting in a conversation with them, or you're getting on the phone with them, or they're actually going to look at what you sell to maybe make a purchase. So all of those things. So you've got to nurture your audience. One of the mistakes people make in marketing is they think everybody wants to buy right now. And the truth is, 0.5% to 1% are only now buyers. So think about, for example, my car breaks down. I'm going to Google, okay, where's an auto repair shop? That's a now buyer, right? A now buyer is like, I am ready right this minute. But people instinctively market their business thinking everyone is a now buyer, and that they're not. It's a very small percentage. You know, statistics show that it takes almost 100 touches before someone actually buys from you. But when you nurture them, when you put them into some sort of a funnel and you nurture them, you can actually collapse that into 7 to 20 touches, which is still a lot, right? But that's just the way marketing is today. And so it's so much easier when you nurture your audience, or you can do this through content, you can do this through an email list, you can do this from curating your own audience and building your audience of raving fans. So that's how you nurture people. So for example, one of my strategies has been, when I started working with coaches and consultants and service providers, they're all over social media. They're on LinkedIn and they're on Facebook. And so what I started doing is moving people from LinkedIn into a Facebook group. And the reason I did that is because I was in there consistently teaching and training, just like I'm doing right now. I could engage with them, I could talk to them, and I could build build the know, like, and trust. And that is what the nurturing is all about. It's building the know, like, and trust. Remember, it's moving them from I don't know who you are, I don't even know if you can do what you say, to believers, right? So credibility is building the know, like, and trust. All right? And the best way to do that is through social proof, testimonials, do it through nurturing. But you know, all of these parts are parts of marketing that, again, if you don't understand and you're not doing, your marketing is not going to work very well. All right? So this is step number 4. And the thing is, it takes all of these things to make marketing work. This is all part of a strategy. These are the 5 steps to getting all the clients and customers you want. All right, so let's move on. Finally, remember I said you always start with the end in mind? Well, that's your offer. So even though you're starting with, okay, what is it I want to try to get people to do? What's my strategy to get people to do what? Okay, that's your offer. So you start with the end in mind. Then you position yourself in the marketplace for that offer. Then you get visibility and traffic for that offer. Then you build the credibility and you nurture your audience for that offer. But now you have to make the offer, okay? So now you have to make sure that you're giving people a next step. You're asking. You have to make an offer. You have to tell people what you want them to do, all right? Now, if you're not getting enough sales and you have great leads coming to you and you're good at sales, you probably have an offer problem. They probably don't see the value in what you're trying to sell them, all right? So you need a great offer and you need a great strategy behind that to be able to get that offer to actually sell. So how are we doing? I hope this is all making a lot of sense to you, and this is giving you so much to think about in your marketing. So this is the marketing process, the 5 steps to getting clients and customers. It's really about getting the leads, right? But now let's talk about the sales piece of it. So I hope you've been taking notes with all of this information, because this is stuff that literally I burned up hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to market my businesses through the years before I learned this stuff. And that's why now I'm really passionate about teaching it to people, because I don't want you to have to do that. You want to be getting business, not wasting money, right? And if you are brilliant and great at what you do, I know that you want to be able to serve more people, and you can't do that if you can't market your business. All right? So now let's talk about the sales process. I hope you're with me here. Okay, in sales, there are 4 areas I want you to look at, because typically when a business isn't getting enough sales and they're getting enough leads, they are struggling in one of these areas. All right? So the first thing is speed. How fast are you able to make sales? Sometimes, you know, I've worked with a lot of businesses where their sales cycle is so slow, they'll go broke before they ever make a sale. You know, if you've got a 3 or a 6 month sales cycle, oh my goodness, you have to fix that. You know, I've done this a lot with contractors and people in the trades industry. And so how fast can you close a sale? I love like a 1 conversation close, maybe 2, depending on the business, but you should not have more than a 2 conversation close. So if you do have that problem, you need to fix your sales process. Your sales process is costing you time and it's costing you money. Remember, time is money in a business. And so you want to be able to really optimize every minute that you have in your business. And when you're paying people to have to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up and go back just to try to close the sale, you've got a sales problem. You've got to fix that. Okay, so the first thing is, how fast is your sales cycle? How fast are you able to close sales? All right, the second thing is the ease of a sale. Now, if you do all of that marketing stuff that I shared with you, if you do that right, This should be easy, okay? When people have to overcome all these objections and all these problems and use hard sales tactics, it's because they've done a poor job positioning themselves in the marketplace in the right way. So for example, if you're getting a lot of, I hear this with coaches and consultants a lot, I'm getting broke people that come to me, or I'm getting the wrong people that come to me, and I can't close them, and I feel like I'm having to drag people on the bus. Well, that's a positioning problem. And so that's a marketing problem. So you've got to fix that. When you market your business effectively and in the right way, you'll get the right people coming to you. And then it's just a matter of, okay, are we a fit to work together? Are we a fit to do business together? It's that easy. It should not be hard. I always say your sales conversations, if you've done all of your work right in your marketing, your sales conversations should really be as simple as having coffee with someone. And you can go in and you can serve rather than sell. People don't want to be sold to in the marketplace, but they do love to buy if they think that you're the solution to their problem, or that you are the solution to what they want or what they need. Okay? So what is the ease of the sale that you have? The next thing is increasing the average sale. Now, this is an overlooked area in businesses. So you want to increase sales, all right? How can you increase the average sale, all right? Think about, a person is already in front of you. You've already spent that money to get that person in front of you. You've already done the marketing. You've already done the heavy lifting, right? And now that person is in front of you. What if you could increase that sale? So now maybe they're going to buy something for $100 and you increase that to $150. Well, do you see how much faster your business can grow? But this is often a really overlooked area. Now, one way that you can actually increase sales is with what we call an upsell, a cross-sell, or a downsell. Okay, so let's say someone's in front of you. Let's just say you're going to sell them a suit. Okay, you're a retailer, and they're going to buy a suit, and you say, if you buy a second suit, you get the second one at half price. Okay, you have just done an upsell. More of the same thing. You see this in shoe stores all the time. You go into a shoe store and it says, hey, if you buy one pair, you get one pair half off, right? Ever done that? That's an upsell, okay? But now a cross-sell is you go in to buy the suit and they say, hey, would you like the shirt and the tie and the shoes and the cufflinks or whatever? Would you like that with that? That's a cross-sell. So it's related items. All right. And then finally, a downsell. This is where you are attempting to sell someone something higher and they say, yeah, it's just out of my price range. I can't really afford that. Let's say a car, for example. You go in and you're looking at this car and you love this car and you really want it, and it's fully loaded and it's got everything you want, but it is just out of your price range. And so now they can sell you a lesser model that's a little more stripped down. It's still the car you want, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. That's a downsell, right? And any business can do an upsell, a cross-sell, a downsell. It takes a little bit of innovation in businesses, but I've been able to help businesses do this, from plumbing companies to roofers to chiropractors to coaches, consultants. It makes no difference. Any business can do this. CPAs, it just doesn't matter what business. So if you can have an upsell, a cross-sell, a downsell, you can often increase the average sale in a business. All right? Now, the fourth area that you want to look at in sales is follow-up. Have you ever heard the fortune is in the follow-up? Well, there's a lot of truth to that. There's so much money being left on the table in businesses because businesses don't do a good job following up. They don't follow up with people who thought about buying from them. They don't follow up with people who have bought from them in the past to see what else they need. They don't follow up with people who are currently buying from them to see what else they need or to try to sell them something else. And there's a lot of money left on the table. Also, you're nurturing. That's follow-up, right? That's still moving them through that buyer's journey, still trying to to get them to the point where they're a hot prospect. That's all part of follow-up. So if you don't have a good follow-up system in your business, you're missing out. You've done so much hard work to try to get that lead, and then you don't do anything with it once you get it. It's like they don't buy right now, so you're like, oh well, okay, they're not a good fit, when really they can come back to you a long time later and they can buy from you. You know, I have a client right now that she was in my Facebook group for over a year. She would show up on my lives and she didn't engage a whole lot, and so I didn't really know that she was going to be my ideal client. But then one day I sent out an email and I got a reply back from her, and she said, I know you can help me grow my business. I want to take my business to $1 million, and I know you can help me do it, and I want to talk to you about that. And I wasn't even really sure she was in the right place for me to work with her, but lo and behold, she turned out to be a client, and we are exploding her business. So that's what I mean. But that was a year, you know, that was over a year that she followed me, and she watched, and she looked at everything that I was doing. And so often people, you know, sometimes people will buy right away. I've had people that will send me an email, or they'll just book on my calendar, and I'm like, who is this person? I have no idea who they are. And they'll say, you know, somebody will say, I came across some of your videos over the weekend, and I sat and just consumed everything that you've put out there, and I know you're the person that can help me. That is the power of content, by the way, which is a really big part of building your business in today's marketplace, is putting out great content to show your expertise, to show your skills, to show your knowledge, versus trying to sell people all the time. So that's the power of content. And the thing is, once it's out there forever, unless you remove it. And so it can be really powerful. If you Google me, for example, you'll see several pages come up on Google, again, from, you know, I've been on the media and I've been on people's podcasts, and you'll see multiple things that I have done. And so this is all part of positioning and credibility. So I encourage everyone that I work with, let's get you positioned in the marketplace. Think about if you go and search somebody and they come up at the top of Google, you instantly think more credible, right? Or they're in the top, if they're in the what we call the 4-pack on the first page of Google, you instantly think more credibility. You look for those Google reviews, right? All of those things are important in the marketplace today. You can't look like a budget business if you want premium clients. Those are all important things. So you have to look like the business that you, again, that outside perception, right? Okay, so these are the 4 parts of building out your sales process. Now let me just ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 5, all right, 5 being you're a rock star, how good are you at getting all the leads that you want? Are you getting enough leads coming to your business? All right, so that's the first thing. How good are you? Because here's the thing, anything less than a 5, you are losing money. You're losing money, all right? How good are you? Next question, how good are you at getting great leads? Are they the right leads coming to you? On a scale of 1 to 5, how good are you at getting great leads? So is it a 5? Are you great? Are you excellent at getting good leads? I want you to rate yourself, okay? If it's not a 5, guess what? You're missing out on and losing money, all right? Now, the third question I have for you is, are you getting great leads, but you're not closing enough sales, all right? On a scale of 1 to 5, rate yourself in that area, all right? Do I have to say it? If you're not a 5, you're missing out on business and money, okay? So now, let's look at one more thing before I close this training out, and that is using that upsell, cross-sell, downsell strategy to add more money to your business, all right? So remember that $400,000 business that I showed you? That originally was $100,000, but because we doubled the leads, we took it to 2, and then we simultaneously said if we could double the sales, we could take that $200,000 business and make it a $400,000, okay? Now that upsell, cross-sell, downsell strategy that I showed you in your sales, Do you know that by adding that into your business, you can add as much as 30% or more over the course of a year? 30%. Talk about leaving money on the table, okay? So let's take that 30% and let's look at our now $400,000 business. And 30% is another $120,000. Whoops. All right. We have just turned this $100,000 business into a $520,000 business with 3 things. Now remember, I said there are more. There are more levers to pull in a business. This is just 3 areas, right? But if you can fix your sales and you can fix your marketing and you can add an upsell, cross-sell, downsell in your business, and again, these are just 3 little areas, guess what? You have now just increased this $100,000 business to a $500,000 business. Powerful stuff, right? But now let's look at your business. Okay, I want to specifically look at your business. I want you to take what was your revenue last year, all right? Over the last 12 months, what was your revenue? Okay? Now I want you to take that times 2, double it. What's the new number? All right? So let's just take your new number. Okay? And now remember, if we could improve your sales, if we could double your sales, you could also double your business. So now take that new number times 2. And what's the new number? All right? What's that new number? I hope you're doing this with me because this is powerful stuff. All right, now let's multiply that new number by 30%. What do you get? All right, multiply that new number by 30%. What do you get? And then let's add that number to that number. So we want to add that to the 30% number. And what's that new number that falls out the bottom for you? That is your opportunity. And again, it's just a couple areas, right? That's your opportunity. So what do you think? Powerful stuff, right? 5 steps to getting all the clients and customers you want and increasing your business exponentially. You might be doing things the hard way. Let's see if we can fix that. All right, so who is ready for some help with this? How would you like to double your leads? How would you like to double your sales? How would you like to increase your sales? And remember, I said these are just a couple of parts in your business. They're just a couple of components. There are actually 5 total that actually can impact your business. And that's why I want to invite you to take a look at the Insider's Success Academy. This is a business marketing and sales academy and group training program that can help you implement the things that we talked about. It can help you exponentially grow your business. This is really designed to help you add $100,000 to $1 million or more over the next 12 months or less. Now, I'm so confident with my partner in what we can help you do that we actually want to give you a 200% return on your investment guarantee, which means if you're concerned about not making your money back, you don't have to worry about that. Now, here's the other piece. We're only going to allow people into the program that we know we can help, that we know we're not going to be returning money, right? That's not our intention. So we want to make sure that the people we bring into the program are ready for this kind of success. Now, I will tell you, you have to apply. Everyone will not be accepted. And this is not for startups. It is for established business owners and service professionals who are really ready to stop just surviving, and they're really ready to do the things that we talked about today. So I want to invite you to go and check out the Insider's Business Marketing and Sales Academy and Group Training Program. And you'll be able to see everything that we will be doing in that training program. So to apply for the Insider's Business Academy, you are going to go right now to insidersbusinessacademy.com. You can check out the page. You can see more about me. You can see more about my partner, Dawn. She actually comes from big corporate America. She's worked for companies like IBM, and she brings a big corporate thinking with systems and technology to small businesses. So together, we make an incredible team that will help you be able to do almost anything you need to do in your business to have massive growth and success. Now, of course, you will have to do the work, right? But to have the guidance and support every step of the way to make sure that you're getting the results that you want in your business, well, it is a fast track to your success, to adding that extra $100,000 to $1 million or more. And here's the thing, we're also going to help you do it in the most profitable way that you can do it, which means you'll be putting more of the money in your pocket. So if you are interested in taking part in this program, then you need to go get registered right away and apply, okay? Because again, if we don't think that we can help you, you will not be accepted into the program. So it's for established businesses. The strategies and everything that we do will work across industries, so it does not matter the type of business you're in. And I have worked in, oh my goodness, over 40 different industries. So there's almost no business out there that I have not already worked with or that I cannot help. So you don't have to worry about, is this for me? It's for you if you have a desire to get better things from your business. If you have a desire to have a lot more success, quit surviving and start thriving and building a business that you can be so proud of, that can give you financial and personal freedom. Do you know you have an opportunity to build wealth with your business? But most businesses don't. In fact, only 1 to 3% even get above $100,000 a year in their salary as an owner. That's pathetic. That's horrible, right? When you have all this opportunity. So I want you to go take a look right now at the Insiders Business Academy. If it looks like it is a fit for you, then all you'll need to do is click the button. It will take you right to my scheduler. You'll book a call, and then it will take you to a form to fill out where it will give us more information about your business. And we'll look that application over, and if it looks like it's a fit, we'll get on a call together and we'll talk about the program and what is included. If you decide to enroll, we will work with you to set up your roadmap for the next 12 months. We'll work with you to build out that $100,000 to $1 million roadmap so that you will have a step-by-step plan and process. And then of course you'll have our guidance and our support to help you do what you need to do to make that happen in your business. So again, if you enroll, we will work with you right out of the gate to design and develop that roadmap so you'll have a very clear direction of what you're going to be working on over the next 12 months. I can't wait to talk to you if you are really ready for something bigger in your business. So go check it out right now. Go to insidersbusinessacademy.com. Apply if it looks like it's a fit for you. And I'm Ann Carden. I want to thank you so much for being here. I hope that you had got massive value from this. This is just a tip of the iceberg. This is just not even scratching the surface. So if you really want to have great things happen in your business, go register right now. You have an amazing day. Bye-bye.